morning, everyone. Let's go see what Vince is working on. Hey, hon.
Hey, you.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Trying to figure out.
Okay, I can help you. Okay, so remember so first of all, hi. We're picking up this vlog just literally right after the last one. That was landed the last vlog last night, and now it's Monday morning. So what we need to do first is figure out these furring strips, get them in place for like our subfloor framing, because we needed like 2 extras. As I mentioned in the last vlog, we mismeasured, so we have to add a few more. And Vincent went and got more furring strips yesterday, but we need to figure out exactly how long they need to be because they're not going to be the same as the other ones. So we need to lay them all out first and make sure that everything makes sense. Okay, so this is what we're working with so far. And all of this will have to come out, be screwed together, and then we'll glue it back down onto the floor. We're not going to be screwing it into the floor. But we needed to lay it out because we have this big gap right here, because we based all of our measuring off of a design for the shorter version of the van, which we weren't paying attention to. Vincent, he has a lot of qualities. Visualizing things that don't exist yet are not one of them. Is not one of them. Grammar is not my strong suit, so we all have our flaws.
I feel like at this point, like I have better grammar than your average English person.
You do.
In writing, though.
You've had to explain it so many times in your classes that you do. I think you do. Okay, so here's what we're working with. We need to fill in this gap with like at least probably just one more support and some more. Since we're okay, so here's what we decided. Rewind. We decided we're gonna scoot this back a little bit, and then we're also gonna cut this shorter by about 10 inches, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna have our kitchen and our hot water heater is gonna be over here, and our shower is right here. So we have like things that need water, and our tanks are over here. So anyway, we have things that are running water on both sides of the van, and we don't want to run pipes down the middle in case anything should happen. We want to be able to access them without having to tear up our entire floor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run pipes along here, along here, just along the edge. We're gonna build a housing into it, which means that we need extra space here without these subfloor beams, because the pipes will go like right along the floor so that it's not raised. Because Vincent was thinking maybe we would do a raised step, and then
that's a bad idea.
We're just gonna trip on it every single time. So we wanna make it flush, so we need extra space. So that's what we're gonna do. We have to kind of adjust our measuring for that. Too loud. Okay, I just made up a little diagram of all of our cuts. It's really hard to read, but it'll do for now. Maybe I'll make it prettier someday. We double checked everything, and everything fits the way it should. So Vincent's adding the pocket screw holes into the smaller pieces that need to go into the big pieces. And I will be painting while he's teaching. Hey guys, it's a while later. After I finished the painting, I went inside and edited the vlog that is going on right now, vlog 115, which covers us picking up our van. So if you're here, that means you probably already watched it. I'm just gonna really do my best to keep up on everything from here on out because it's busy. So what I was thinking, I have this here because I wrote it all out. I was thinking I'd go over finances with you because that's what you come to a fun van life vlog for, right? Is a talk about money. Okay, I actually do think it's really interesting though. So I just thought I'd run it through with you. So this is about what we've spent already, and also it's on my brain because we are still updating everything. It's taking a lot longer than we even realized. I'm really glad we were doing it now, and I wish we had started even earlier. But it's okay, we got it now. Our printer's finally working so we can print out all of our online purchases and organize everything and get everything into our spreadsheet, all that stuff. So we do have kind of a good idea right now of how much we spent, which is about 5.7K. That's been the single biggest purchase has been our batteries. We've got 5 solar panels, so 500 amps of solar running into 400 amp hours of I don't know anything about solar, so I could be totally wrong on how this works. But anyway, from what I understand, that's what it is. There's these new batteries on the market. You can ask us if you're interested in that. Because I can't remember what they're called. Vincent knows. I can give you the link. Basically, they're like half the price, and instead of needing like a battery per 100 wattage hours, whatever amp hours you need, it's 200. So instead of having 4 batteries that we have to find space for in our van, we only need to have 2, and they're half the cost, and they've got great reviews, so we're excited about that. We only spent about $2,200 on batteries, but it's still the single biggest purchase in our entire van. So that's some of that cost. The rest is windows. Windows were, so we're doing like a bunk window on one side and a passenger window on the other. Those are pretty expensive. Our fans were several $100s. Solar panels, several $100s. Wool, several $100s, I think $600 or $700. And then we've had to buy some tools. Like we found a table saw on Facebook Marketplace for like $150, but there's been a lot of tools like that we just needed to buy to have. So that's where a lot of that cost has gone. That's where most of it has gone. A lot of like lumber, paint, stuff like that, we're just gonna buy as we need it, because it's better to do it that way. You don't want to like sitting around in this hot room for very long. So basically what we've got now is about 10K to play with between 0 APR credit cards, like new cards that we opened so that we could use them and then pay them off over the next year, and savings. We've got about 10K as of right now. That's not including whatever money Vincent is making over the next few months. That's just what we have right at this moment. So with that 10K, we're going to be buying like all of this kind of stuff. The very next things on the list to buy are like the toilet and the fridge and our water tanks, because we have to build pretty much all of our cabinets like around those big items. And then everything else will kind of fit inside of those things, but those are the big things. Some of the things we need to buy are like a dash cam. That's going to be a few $100s, but we think it's really important as we're driving so much to have a good dash cam that's like running all the time. We need to buy a mattress. We have to buy a TV and a good mount for the TV, because we want to have a TV. That's totally not a necessary thing. Sink is going to be about $200. Stove is going to be maybe $100. And what was this last one? Oh yeah, water heater. That's the other thing that's kind of like a bigger appliance type of thing that we need. So we have a good amount of stuff still to purchase. And the rest of this cost will be made up in like lumber and screws and nails and all of the little things that just really add up. So that's kind of what we're looking at. I think we're going to be able to keep this van build around 18 grand total. I think that's reasonable. We're not skimping on all of our appliances. Like fridge, we're spending $1,000 on. Toilet, we're spending $1,000 on. We're putting in extra windows. We've got 2 max air fans, so we're not skimping on the stuff that's going to make life a little bit more comfortable. And that is one reason why our initial build is costing a little bit more. Okay, and then I realized in the last vlog, coming home from the dealership, we didn't talk about what our van ended up costing. So I just wanted to go over that too, because I think that's really interesting. So our van, with all of the extra features and stuff that we got, and including like destination delivery, which is another like $1,600, it was $52K, almost $53K, all in on that. Like that was the price that we signed on. Sorry, grandmother interruption. Okay, so we ended up adding about 4K in warranties. I mentioned gap coverage, and then we also added in about $3,300 in like an extended warranty that was either for the life of our loan, which we ended up going with 84 months, like the maximum time, or 125,000 miles. I'm sure we will hit 125,000 miles before we hit 84 months. But either way, it gives us extended coverage. And we went with not like the Ford internal warranty. We went with a company called Zurich because it allows us to get like general maintenance and repairs done anywhere, like any like Ford licensed mechanic, not just a Ford dealership. So that gives us a lot more flexibility if we're elsewhere in the country. we can find help with fixing something. And the finance guy like read through all of the paperwork. We didn't see anything that had to do with building things out in the van. As long as we're not like messing with the engine and stuff, which we're not, we should be good. So that was well worth it to us. And then, you know, you add taxes, and we did end up putting total $6,000 down. We didn't want to put that much, but we did. It's $1,000 from our deposit that we had paid back in October when we made our order, and then we put an additional $5,000 down that day. It really helped us with financing, and it did make our monthly payment lower. So yeah, we went with an 84-month loan. We ended up going through Ford. They did ask us for some additional info. Like, we gave them a bunch of, we ended up just like right there in the dealership giving them a bunch of bank statements, and they requested references for some reason. But they came back, approved our loan, and gave us about a 7% interest rate, which was fine with us. We would kind of take whatever we can get because we're going to pay it off early. Awesome. I'm just almost done with this. I've been interrupted so many times. Leave me alone!
I am so sorry.
So our van total with taxes, with fees, like registration fee was $800 in Arizona, super fun. And all the rest ended up being about $61K. So our monthly cost is going to be $837 a month. That's our monthly payment. And there's no penalty for paying it off early, so we will do that because interest is like yearly. So if we pay it off early, we can save on interest. I think interest total, if we paid it out over the whole 84 months, would be about $15,000. So we do want to definitely pay that off early. I think we're going to try to put about $1,000 down a month as much as possible in the beginning. We'll see. It's okay if we have tight months, we'll just pay the minimum, and then once we're in the van full time, we'll definitely put at least $1,000, hopefully more, and get it paid off, you know, earlier rather than later. And yeah, that's what it ended up looking like. Not amazing, but not terrible. Just like our van build, not amazingly expensive, not terribly cheap either. So yeah, there you go. There's all the money. I think it's interesting. I didn't know very much about car loans when I went into this. I probably should have done more research, but I didn't. I just wanted to get our van however we got it, and we got it. So we're happy. Feel free to roast me in the comments if this is a horrible rate, but I don't think that it is. I think it's pretty average. So there you go. Okay, Vincent just told me pasta's ready, so we're gonna go eat pasta, and then we're gonna get back to work on the van. Now that the sun is down, I have no excuses. Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. We are going to be setting up our subfloor today. It rained last night, and it's supposed to rain again later today, so we can't do our fans in the ceiling roof like we wanted to, because those need about 24 hours to cure, like overnight, and it's raining. So we can't do that, but we can do our subfloor, so we're gonna do that instead. We're just gonna set everything up and then screw it in at just the right spots, and then it also needs to be glued down, and once it's all glued down, then we can put our insulation in there, and we can start also working on insulation in all the overhead beams and stuff. So we're just gonna work on stuff inside the van today, and not do any cutting into the roof that needs to stay all together for rain. Okay, we're taking a break from this project because we don't have clamps that are quite long enough to clamp these 14-inch spaces. So we gotta get those.
Which ends up looking like this.
Yeah, so we really need clamps. We felt frustrated for a minute, and then we decided to not worry about it too much because this is gonna have so much weight on it, and it's gonna be glued to the floor, so I'm thinking it'll be fine. It's just frustrating because you want everything to look perfect the first time, and we're not experts. We also don't have a miter saw. We just have a jigsaw and a table saw, and miter saws are really expensive, and so we're trying to avoid having to buy one. We found our table saw on Facebook Marketplace, and we'll continue to look for old ones, but even old ones are like a couple $100. So we're gonna see if we can survive without it. I feel like we might end up needing it though.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, so we're gonna pause this and we're gonna do something else that we know we can do instead, which is wool. We're gonna start our insulation in all of the cracks and crevices that needs to go in. It's gonna take a long time to do that project, so we're gonna get started on that instead. Okay, it's about 5:30. I just came back outside to work on the van some more. After our little morning break in which I knitted, we ran to Home Depot and got the rest of the plywood that we're gonna need. We got 4 giant pieces of plywood to be able to put on the subfloor or on the framing. This is our subfloor. That's what I mean to say. We got our subfloor. And then I hung out inside. It was too hot to work outside. Let me see if I can open this door. It's always kind of hard to open. There we go. And now I'm gonna keep working on wool. And I just realized that I actually forgot one of the things I was gonna get. Shoot. Okay, I'm gonna have to find an alternative because what I need is like a little kind of a dowel or something that I can use to help me stuff things down into like these little spots, just down in some of the crevices. I need something to help me stuff wool. And by the way, our van smells like a barn already. We just have this one box of wool in here, one of 3 boxes. And wow, does it smell farmish. Gross. It's not gross. It's not a bad smell. It's just like a not a sterile steel smell that I've had. So super fun. Okay, I'm gonna go find something I can use as a dowel, and we'll keep working on stuffing wool. Good morning, friends. I donned my Lucianiac dungarees. I can't remember how to pronounce them. It's Australian. Anyway, I bought these specifically for van building because I knew they'd come in handy. They already have, because I'm tired of being eaten alive by mosquitoes. It is very mosquito-y in August in Arizona, which I kind of forgot about. So today's a very exciting day because we're installing our fans. One right here and one back there. We got transformers because usually the vans, you know, will be like hardwired into the solar system. But we got transformers so that we can just plug them into the wall while we're building. And it has been really, really hot working in here. It's like 110 during the day, and it doesn't really get down past about 90 degrees at night, and there's not good airflow, and so it's just like been miserable. Despite that though, I did get quite a lot of wool done last night. So we've got almost this whole wall, all the little compartments at least finished. I still got to do that, and the big walls obviously, but that was pretty good progress. So right now I'm gonna help Vince get these solar panels ready to go. I mean solar panels, fans. I'm too tired to talk about this right now. We just need to mark off. We got these special adapters I'll show you that are the perfect size, so we're gonna use those to help us have the fans fit totally flush to the van. So first we did do a little test hole right there to make sure that our adapters were going to work right, and so far I think that they'll be okay. I really hate ladders. Okay, so hand me the camera. So here's our adapters. They fit totally flush to the van. Here's that hole that we drilled, so it's just about right. I'm going to go ahead and trace this. It's nice because it really can't move too much. There's kind of like one right spot for it. And then I'll outline it in tape, and then Vince can start cutting. Are you nervous?
Very.
Me too. There we go. This line is not perfect. It's not the easiest to trace something with so many divots. But I did the best I could, and we also have taped it down so that it's easier to see. Okay, last cut. How are we feeling? Okay, not great?
Okay, not great. This is very nerve-wracking.
It is nerve-wracking, but it looks good so far, babe.
Fortunately, it's pretty forgiving because there's going to be lap sealant all around.
Yep.
Just it needs to fit, that's all.
Yeah, as long as it's big enough to fit. Dun dun dun! Hole successfully cut. Vincent's gonna clean up the corners and edges just a little bit. Okay, we've got fan number 1 in. We're just testing it out right now. We just set it in from the top and we're like making sure it works, and I'll probably leave it running while I do more of the wool. Vincent's gonna hook it up to the transformer and we'll make sure all is well. And yeah, awesome. But it's only 100 degrees, like the high is only 100 today, so it's a really, like, genuinely not terrible day to be working outside earlier in the day, unlike some of the other days that we've had recently, so I'm gonna try to take advantage of it. How's it going? You need clippers. You need wire cutters.
Yep.
We'll figure it out. Ta-da! Guys, the difference that even just this one fan makes. It feels so much better in here, just a little bit of airflow. Wow. So I'm gonna keep doing wool. I'm not gonna record it because you just watch that. But that's what I'm working on. We'll see how much we can get done. Hello friends, bright and early. It's the next day. Vincent's already up on the fan and we are installing the second fan, which I probably won't show you the entire process of, but what I did want to show you is the final result of the first fan, because I never showed you because it was real hot outside by the time that we were finishing and we just wanted to get off of the roof of the car. So here's fan number 1 installed. Vincent got all the screws.
It's still pretty.
Oh, it is squishy. Sorry, I thought it would be all done by.
No, it's
12
because I did that mistake too.
Oh,
That shit
okay,
too.
good. Glad it's not just me. Okay, so no more touching that. It's squishy. This is the lap sealant. Basically, Vincent put screws where all of these are. I will not touch them. And then, like, completely sealed up all of it. It's not particularly pretty, but this is what everybody does. The main thing that you obviously don't want is a leak. So, however that looks is how that looks, in my opinion. We are 10 feet off the ground. No one's gonna see it. And it looks pretty dang secure to me. I also would just like to point out how I am suffering for this van. Despite using bug spray 24/7, wearing long pants, all of the things, I still am absolutely covered in bug bites. Just everywhere. Arizona may be dry and hot, but it's not dry and hot enough. The mosquitoes don't love to come out and eat you alive. So fun. All right, we've got our like whatever it's called, fitted thing clamped down and glued and sealed, and we're just gonna let it do its thing for a while, and then this afternoon we'll come back and put our fan in. Right, hon?
Yes! Righto.
Okay. It's time to work on more insulation. I'm gonna try to get as much done as I can until I get too hot. We only have the fan at the front of the van, so I'm working on the back of the van while it's cooler. Also in the afternoon, the sun starts to come over this way, and it's like direct sunlight heating everything, and it gets really miserable. That's what happened yesterday. I just really was like totally overheated by about 3:30. So I'm gonna try to get stuff along the back of the van done now while it's cooler, and then work at the front of the van where the fan is later. And at some point we should have the other fan installed, which is very exciting. So we have that option. Also, there's mosquitoes everywhere. We also just bought citronella candles and like a blue light bug zapper because these mosquitoes, they're so annoying. My feet are just itchy all over today. So we're gonna take care of that. Oh, thank you, honey. And ice water. Ice water is important.
Yes, it is.
All right, see you later. Have a good lesson. Vincent's got to go teach. He has lessons starting at 9:15 pretty much all day. So I'm usually just the one out here.
See you later, guys.
Bet you wish you could be out here sweating.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Alright, good luck.
Love you. Meow. What do you need? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Okay, I'll feed you. Okay, exciting. We just went grocery shopping and when we got back, our sink arrived. So I have to show you. Here it is. I just got it out to make sure everything looks good. We're all busy exploring. It is really large. It is 18 by 22. I think this is 18 by 22. So it should fit on whatever size countertop we end up doing. I think the shortest possible countertop we'd end up doing is about 22 inches. So we'd have like, you know, a couple inches clearance on each side. It's drop-in, so it's super easy to install. And the reviews mentioned that it was super sound deadening, lightweight. So I went with this one and I am so happy. I think it's awesome. Here's me for scale. We went with definitely bigger. Really, I went with like the absolute biggest option I could because sinks are kind of important. I see so many van builds with like little tiny baby sinks, and I just honestly can't imagine that with how much we cook, me and Vincent, and eat. Having a bigger sink is going to be better, I think, for us. So this is awesome. I am very happy with how this looks. Earl. Hi, baby. Good morning, friends. It's the next day, as usual. I'm going to show you what I did yesterday because I totally ran out of steam. Last night, Vincent got the last fan up. It's working. He tested it out. And I didn't end up doing any more insulation because I realized in order to finish the ceiling insulation, we need to install our solar panels first. So we're going to be doing that starting like probably tonight, tomorrow, maybe into Sunday. But we need to be able to...
how late we want to work.
Yeah, we need to be able to drive the van on Sunday to my parents' house for dinner. So we'll kind of see how it goes and see how long it takes. It shouldn't take too long.
No.
We're just installing the solar panels with little, I don't know what they're called.
Brackets.
Brackets. I'm so brain dead.
Like the thing is, some people do very complicated stuff with like roof racks and stuff like that. But honestly, we're no fancy type of people.
We have 5 solar panels we want to fit on, and brackets kind of give you a little bit more wiggle room than a rack would, because a rack would need to go along the whole edge of the van, and a bracket is just on the ends of each solar panel. Yeah, so it gives you a little more flexibility as far as how you place everything. So we're gonna do it that way. Cool. So today we are going to be testing, like hosing down the car, making sure there's no leaks where the fans are, and then also finishing this subfloor framing. This was the thing that I worked on yesterday while Vincent was still working. I did like all of these 3 sections of the grid. So we're like almost 2/3 of the way through that, and then we can lay our subfloor, which is super exciting. It's kind of a big thing to get done. That's the other thing that we want to get done this weekend. So, okay, I had to take a, hey, no hissing at me. Are you hungry? I just gave him a whole handful of treats and he's just perpetually yelling at me. I know. I don't have any treats in my hand. You can have pets, but you can't have treats, sorry. There's Tux. Blackie somewhere over there. I know. You're gonna have to wait, bud. I'll feed you later. I'll feed you later. Alright guys, we did find, I don't know if you can see it, the tiniest little leak. It's in that little spot right there where a screw punched through the sealant on the beam. So that's not surprising, but it's an easy fix. It just needs a little bit more stuff on the top to like totally seal up that hole. Hi baby. You're so spicy. Okay, we just took our like midday break, we were into Home Depot and got a bunch of stuff we needed. And when we got home, we had all of these giant boxes delivered. So these are our 2 water tanks, and we also got our composting toilet, which is very exciting. And we got the awning that I'm about to set up outside right now so that it's not so hot where we're working. It doesn't get so dirty. See how they look?
I'm very excited about those.
Me too. I'm so glad we were able to get them.
Yeah, because having something that fits over the wheel well.
Yeah, just super
Yes.
space efficient.
Yes. Because if not, you have to encase it. That's such a waste of space right there.
It's true.
So might as well encase it with.
Water.
Exactly.
Dun, dun,
Pretty
dun.
straightforward.
Cool. Just big plastic containers. Nice. Dun, dun, dun. That looks like the gray water.
Yeah. If any of you guys are looking for it, Northwest Conversions, right there.
Right there. Yep.
That's the website.
I think they only do water tanks, right?
Yeah.
And they custom, they mold them to fit over all types of vans, like Sprinters, ProMasters, and Transits. Dun, dun, dun. So, this is our gray water tank. It's 20 gallons. And we're going to have a freshwater tank over this one that's 30 gallons. And that'll be all of our water, basically. We'll build our, our cabinet over this. And right where these end is where our bed will be, folding down Murphy bed. So here's our 30 gallon. You can see there's a pretty big difference in size, mostly width. All width actually, but we're basically gonna encase this, and then our fridge is gonna be right here. And then extra storage will be here, and our bathroom will be right here. So this is like kind of the only heavy thing on this side, which is why we're doing it on that side.
Yep.
And we also got our compost toilet, which we're gonna go check too before we close up shop. Dun, dun, dun. How's it feel, your new throne?
Yeah.
Most expensive toilet you'll ever buy. How much did this cost?
$1,000.
$1,100 actually. $1,099. But here's nature's head. So within here is a whole like composting system. You rotate it out and use like coconut shavings to break down your fecal matter. And then there's a pee jug that you put your pee in and you empty it out separately. So this should all be self-contained. It's got little exhaust pipes that will cut holes in the van and
It says there
let
needs
out
no
the
water.
air.
You just gotta clean any skid marks you leave.
Yeah, the whole point is that it doesn't use water. It says it's a lot more water efficient and it's not dependent, or we don't have to use a black water tank, which is how you'd have to empty out like any
Oh, there you go. That's
different things. So that's why this is awesome, because it just cuts down on the tank things that we need for our van. We don't have to find wastewater dump sites, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And it's expensive, so it better work, We'll have to, it'll be a learning curve. We'll figure it out.
I'll put it there for now.
Hi guys. Okay, I will insert some clips here probably tomorrow or this weekend of what we got done today. Well, actually, I think I already showed fan installation. It was really it. Just getting those things. And the grid. We got the grid done. I guess you already saw all of that. Anyway, it is late, and we spent all evening organizing receipts, getting everything in a spreadsheet, scanning everything, just to get our kind of like financials in order, and our future needing to get our van insured. Getting all that caught up. So I'm going to end the vlog here because tomorrow's my grandma's birthday, so we're going out with my mom, and so I'm not doing as much on the van tomorrow anyway. Goose also has a swollen paw, so we'll need to keep an eye on that. We might be taking him to the vet tomorrow. Like, it might just be a not fun day. Probably the next vlog will be us installing our solar panels and our subfloor, and then it'll like really feel like a van life van, which is fun. So we'll catch you then. Thanks for watching. Love you. This is exciting. We feel great. Even though the work is exhausting, it's really rewarding. So we're happy to be here. And I'll catch you in the next one. I wanted to give you a little tour of our van. Okay, so friendly reminder This is a Ford Transit. It is the extended length and the high roof version. It's basically the biggest model that you can get. Let me show you from the other side. It like kind of barely fits in the driveway.